Welcome to the webinar of the Business Administration and Management Bachelor Program offered by the Faculty of Business and Economics, University of Pécs. Today, my name is Maria, I'm the International Coordinator at the faculty, and here with me Peter Németh from the faculty. He's a lecturer at our faculty, Anima, who is a third-year student on the Bachelor of Business Administration program, Business Administration Management program, and Gerard, who is a second-year student at our faculty. In today's webinar, basically we are going to cover a lot of subjects, but mainly we are focusing on the student life at the faculty, related to the studies or just the free time activities, and most importantly about the scholarship opportunity that is offered at our faculty and on this bachelor program. It's called the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship Program. The application just opened for this scholarship and for the next intake, the 2023 September intake. So you're free to apply now. The deadline is the 16th of January for the application. And this is basically what we are going to talk about: the application process, the experiences at the faculty itself by studying, or how the lecturers are lecturers. And we are going to talk about the student experience or the lecturers' experiences with the students, with international students, and the program itself. So, first of all, I would like to ask our two students to just briefly introduce themselves and talk about their experiences within the application process. I know that Gerard is a fee-paying student, so that's an important part, that there is a difference, but I would really like them to tell how they felt during the application process, what was the biggest challenge during the application process, how they found us, and anything else that comes to their mind. So Anima, then please.
Hi everybody, my name is Anima. I'm from Mongolia, and as Maria mentioned, I'm a Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship student, and I'm a third-year bachelor student studying Business Administration and Management. So first of all, I found this scholarship program by my friends from high school because I heard that this program has 60 sending partner countries, and my home country Mongolia was part of the sending partners. So this program was really popular between high school students, and I heard it from 2 years before when I graduated my high school. So I prepared for this program for 2 years and did some research about the program online. And as Maria mentioned also, the application starts in the beginning of November until the mid of January. And in the application, you have to send your CV, motivation letter, and high school diploma, and medical certificates, and other activities activity certificates like volunteering. So I uploaded all these documents. And this process is the first application procedure, and after that there's second stage, which is after the university evaluate your application, and if you get accepted, you will be invited to Skype interview, which is basically to know about your motivation and get to know more about you. The interview was held with the coordinators and some professors from the faculty. And if the interview goes well and you get accepted, then you will be the part of University of Pécs. And thankfully I got accepted and I'm here. So, and I actually finished my first year of study online because of COVID. So during this process, I actually had no difficulties. I could easily communicate with the professor through Microsoft Team chats, and the professors were really helpful. And then I arrived in Pécs 2021 August, and everything was really new to me. It was such a new experience, but I had no difficulties actually, because literally everyone is really helpful, and the city is really international. There were many diverse students from different backgrounds, and you can find any help, or if you find any difficulties, there will be people willing to help you. So Right now, I have almost like my second family here, so it's a really nice journey for me.
That's actually great to hear that you had no difficulties with like getting in and with the cultural differences maybe, and a lot of cultures meeting here. So that's great to hear that you did not have difficulties by arriving here and at the application process as well. So that's good to hear. It went smooth. Gerard, could you also please tell a bit about this?
Okay, perfect. I'm Gerard Salvador Opao from the Philippines. I'm a second year studying business administration and management in University of Page. My application process was actually quite an interesting thing. So before I studied here, I was doing another bachelor's as well in Beijing, China. And I went to Bangkok, right? I planned to only stay there for 2 weeks, and then something happened during 2021, as we all remember. COVID happened. So the 2 weeks I got stuck there for more than a year as well. And then, okay, I didn't want to finish my university online, so I was like, which countries right now are allowing students to actually enter? And I remembered Hungary. I remember my friends just came back to Hungary. So I looked up really good top universities in Hungary, and I saw Page. I read up on it. I saw that the business administration here had an EFMD accreditation, which was a really big selling point for me. But I saw the deadline of the application was in less than 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. So I was like, bless my soul if I get this. So I did all the applications and everything. I thought there were going to be issues here and there because it's such a short period. Surprisingly, this was way smoother than any other applications I did to my previous universities and everything, even with a tight deadline, which was actually very surprising for me. And the visa application as well, it was very smooth. I just had to write a short letter why I needed to expedite my visa. After that, I did my Skype interview, as previously mentioned. My interview was a bit different. I just did a brief introduction of myself, and then there was an article that I had to review and, give my thoughts about it, how am I supposed to explain this. It was a very interesting topic as well, because it's something I did not know about, so it was new news to me. So it was quite nice to actually apply previous knowledge that I had, and the comments from the professors and everything was insightful. What else? The trip here was quite nice. A very brief 16 to 18 hour flight. It was like a snap, nothing too complicated. It was like one nap and it's here. The city is gorgeous, actually. I've been to Europe multiple times before, but Hungary just felt more European than even Berlin, especially Budapest, with the architecture and everything. The trip to Pécs was also quite nice with the open fields and everything. It's a gorgeous country, very beautiful.
Oh, that's also great to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, actually, I remember your application, and you were one of the very few students who mentioned the EFMD accreditation, which is, yes, it's the biggest selling point of the Business Administration Management program. We are really proud of that. We received that accreditation in 2020. So it's going to be almost 3 years now. It's basically a quality assurance for the high quality business education throughout Europe, and actually the whole world. The very few business program received this accreditation. So we were happy that was a selling point for you. It's good to hear. Now I would like to ask Peter what's his experience about international students. Like how is it different to teaching international students on this mentioned program?
Okay, so thank you very much, and welcome everyone. I'm Peter Németh, and I'm working as an assistant professor here at the faculty at the Department of Marketing and Tourism, and basically I teach marketing research, and on the bachelor program actually the art of writing and presenting course. And I started working here more than 6 years ago. Only on the Hungarian program, and I have some kind of experience about the differences of Hungarian and the English program here. Also because of the students, because of course the students are more diverse on the English program. That's why I think I don't know how to say it, but you know, they are more open to new ideas. They are, I would say that they are more willing to share their thoughts, and I really like actually teaching on the English program because of this. Also, I have advanced marketing research, not in this program, on one of our other English programs on the master level. And just, you know, you mentioned that life is really nice here and you like this city. We are just conducting research on the master level with students, how international students feel here, what are those elements of their life that can be developed, and how the university can help this. So I think it's also really important part. So actually I have really nice experiences, and I really like to teach on the English program also because I think it's nice to see, you know, different aspects, different point of views from really different cultures and different countries. I'm not sure, I don't know about the numbers, but as far as I can see, something like at least half of the students are from abroad, so international students, but I'm sure you are better in this.
Yeah, that's actually correct. On the Business Administration and Management program, it's not only international students, it's they are together with Hungarian students on the same program. Usually in 1 year it's about 60 or 70 students, and half of them is Hungarian and the other half is international students coming with a scholarship or as self-financed students. So yeah, that was actually correct.
Yeah, sorry, just one more thing. We have the Art of Writing and Presenting course in the first year, and in one part of the semester they have to work together in groups, and it's not up to them how they, you know, how they choose with whom they will work together, because they have to choose topics, and we are going to form the groups based on the topics actually, and it's really nice to see that it's really not a problem for them. They can work together with anyone. At least this is something that I can see. So this flexibility, I think they have it, and I think it's quite important nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. Now that we're talking about a class, like what's your experience with the lecturers, about the classwork? Like how do you feel during classes? What's the experience on a class? Like how do you feel? Was it like really hard? Is it different from what you were used to? Like what did you expect? And then what happened? So how was it like?
So in my case, it was my first time like studying fully in English, and English is not my like mother tongue. So when I first had the like class in English, I found a little bit difficulties, but as I said, the professors were really willing to help me. Like if I had some questions, I would just like email them and they would answer like within 1 or 2 hours. And also I think the study program is really well structured. For example, they will teach us from the like entry level to like business to like end level. So the structure was really good proportioned, so that I didn't have any like difficulties like understanding the classes, because they teach everything from the like in basic level to like intermediate, like that. Mm-hmm. So
okay, that's great. Gerard?
Okay, so based on my previous experience with my prior university as well, And also even in my high school, it's completely different from what I used to. For example, usually it was 1 straight hour of class and it's a whole different class the next hour. Here I was surprised that it's structured in a way that there's lectures and practice periods, which was honestly quite an interesting concept for me. At the start, it took me a while to get used to it. And then after like the first month, I found it much more accessible in a sense to gain new information through this process, because I was able to implement the things I learned from lectures to practice right away in a classroom environment. As we all know, we all did online and live, real life. And having a whole classroom environment completely changes how we study. It's easier for us to take knowledge as well. So I guess being able to implement it as well during this time really helped me out a lot. The teacher and student relationship is also quite interesting for me, because as in my previous professors as well, it was quite distant. There was a wall in between the professors and the students, like you're a student, you're a professor, nothing can change. But here it's actually quite interesting. In class, there's sometimes banter between the students and the professor, which actually enhances the class experience a bit more. And also it's even more fun is after classes, and when you see your professor, it's a whole different vibe as well, not too far off from what you're used to, but it's more relaxed in a sense. The professors are not like separating themselves from us. So it's a nice dynamic between us.
That's great. That's good to know. And now let's not talk about like strictly about the studies. Like, what do you do in your free time? What are the possibilities in Page? Like, Page is not a huge city, but it's really an international city, and there are a lot of opportunities for like hiking, to visit, as you mentioned, like historical places, to go trips, like on short trips within the country or even just within Europe for a few days. So what do you do in your free time? What are the possibilities? Student organizations, for example, do you participate in any of the programs they organize?
So, like, there are a variety of activities that you can do in your free time. So let's say maybe like you're into sports, then like the university offers nice facilities like running field, swimming pool, and gym, and like sports centers that you can attend. And other than that, as you mentioned, there are like different student organizations that you can join, or you can participate in their events that they organize like weekly. And I personally am a member at like ESN and ASAG. It's like two different student organizations. For example, ESN is for the Erasmus students, exchange students. So like we do some activities for incoming exchange students that are coming to Page. And for the ASAG, it's an organization that helps to find students like internship and volunteering programs. So like there are many possibilities that you can like grow or develop yourself and spend your free time like effectively and efficiently. So I would say you can find like a lot of opportunities for yourself.
That's great. And Gerard, what kind of activities do you?
Now, this is my specialty here. I'm kidding. But I'm usually a very social person. I like going out and everything other than for studies. So, as mentioned before, there's the ESN activities as well. On my first year here, I practically joined every single event there was, which was a bit tight in schedules, a bit battling between study time and then, as they say, out of work activities, as they say. But honestly, there's so many activities you can do here, varying multiple, different types of styles. If you want just to hang out with friends and everything, there are multiple areas you can go to. The city center is like 5 minutes away from here. She was part of ESN, as mentioned. ESN has an activity around 2 to 3 times a week as well. Different types, there's country presentations in which you can actually represent your country and share cultures from other countries as well, which is a very popular activity. Karaoke night on Wednesdays, just letting you know. Karaoke night where people can participate to perform on stage in this place, as they say. You'll see when you come here. There's also on Wednesdays, it's free for business students to actually go to Esht, a very quiet and nice place, as we like to say in school. There's also hiking activities, especially during the orientation week for ESN. Even though they say it's for Erasmus, everyone can join it. Both Hungarians, internationals, and Erasmus students can participate, and also with a student organization, if I remember which one was that? ASAC as well. They also have some activities here and there popping in. Very nice. There's also Oktoberfest in October, which is quite a popular event throughout the year. And there's a lot of times you can meet other students during this period. And it's a small town, so if you've ever wanted to be popular, this is the perfect place to do it. You'll know everyone after 2 weeks, practically.
Okay, that's good to know, and I hope you're popular. No, okay. Okay, no. Of course. So a bit getting back to the scholarship, as there's a huge possibility for newcomers, and the application is open now. Anima, could you tell what was the biggest challenge during the whole process? Because it's a kind of a long process, the scholarship application. It's all starting in November and then ending in the next year, middle of summer, I would say. So was there a big challenge, or when you thought, okay, now I'm giving up? No, or was it like really smooth, or like what happened? Do you know anyone else like from your country who came with the scholarship, for example?
So I don't know if it's only me or not, but I had really smooth experience with this scholarship for the application process, because on the website, like, they give every information that I needed. So I had no difficulty, like, what should I do? Like, what is that or what is this? So I would say it was really smooth, and I had few friends from my home country also applied for this program, and they also said, like, wow, it was really smooth. Like, there were no obstacles. Like, they provided every information to us, and even if it's a really long, like, period of process, I don't know why, but it just felt like 2 months required for this, and suddenly I'm here, I'm studying. So, but if you have any troubles, you can visit the university's or like faculty's website, and they have every information that you need.
Yeah, we actually try to show all the related information that you might need, regardless if you're a scholarship applicant or a fee-paying applicant. For example, the documents required by our side are the same in both cases. The most important ones, of course, the high school leaving certificate, the transcript of records of your high school studies, language certificate. It's really important. You cannot avoid that. A motivational letter is really important, because I hope you guys noticed we ask from the motivation letter, and we do read the motivation letter. So it should not be just general. It should be really about you and your background, your plans, etc. So these are the most important documents that you need to upload, regardless, again, if you're a scholarship applicant or a fee-paying applicant. We require these ones. The application process actually is the same by our side. Once the student application reaches us, the process is the same. We check the documents, the uploaded documents, and then we conduct the interview, which is usually through 2 professors, 1 person from the administrative side. Most of the cases it's me, and of course the student. The difference between your interview was that by the time, Gerard, you took the interview, we had the article task, that we send out an article to the students 10 minutes prior to the interview. It's really just a short article, some kind of business-related article that the student needs to have a short conversation about with the committee. So that's how we try to measure the actual like willingness to study business, and of course the English language knowledge. So basically, from the applicant's point of view, the application process is the same in both cases. Actually, One question to you, Peter. You participated in a lot of interviews,
Yes,
as I remember.
yes.
You were part of a lot of committee.
Yeah, we were there together.
Yes, yes, in a lot of committee. We had a lot of applicants, especially in the scholarship. So we're doing really a lot of interviews. So we have quite a lot of experience by now. What would you say? What would you suggest to the students? Usually they're nervous before the interview, like they don't know what to expect. And it's a normal thing to be nervous. But as you know, and you already know, that it's really not a strict thing. We are not trying to be very serious with you. So what would you suggest to them, like how to prepare and how not to be that nervous? If there is any good suggestion.
Yeah, you know, it's quite complicated to answer this question. I think because I wouldn't say it's necessary to be prepared. I mean, of course, it's really good if the applicant can talk about business-related topics, but I think it's more important that the committee can see on the applicant that he or she is able to communicate, is able to, you know, think about a specific topic and to able to talk about that topic and able to answer questions. So it's not like we ask questions, what are the 4 Ps of marketing and this kind of questions. No, it's really like, I think, a conversation. So from my point of view, I always look at the applicants from this aspect. They can communicate, they can talk about that specific topic, and you know, you can see, I mean, yeah, you can evaluate based on this.
Okay.
That's why I say, I don't know how you can be prepared for this. It's, I think, a longer time needed for this.
Okay, yeah, we do not have that long time now.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to like try to end this conversation, and then we can switch to the Q&A. One last question to you. What's your plan to the future? Like, for example, we have master's programs, 2 master's programs. Do you plan to continue at master's level or go back to your country, start to work, or what's the idea? Or if you have already any, or it's just too early to ask that?
So at the end of my program, I mean our program, we have internship in the last semester. And for scholarship students, you have to do the internship in Hungary. So I'm planning to work maybe in Budapest for my internship. And if I like the environment, if I vibe with it, I would like to work more a little bit and then maybe study again in Hungary if possible, like do my master's.
Yeah, it's also possible with the scholarship even, like you can apply for a different level within the scholarship, so that's the plan. You're more than welcome here.
So I was always planning to do masters, on which university I finished my bachelor's in, because of the, as she mentioned, the vibes is very important as well. I'm planning to, during my internship period as well, already plan if I should continue working and while doing my master's, or should I just do my master's as well. Honestly, depending on the time frame during that time, or what is my career level during at that time as well, or circumstances during that period. But I do want to continue my master's here. It's a very nice university as well. Plus, I really like how the lessons are structured. My master's, my friends here that are masters as well, really gives it high compliment as well in relation to studies.
Okay, that's great. If you guys would like to add anything or have any questions to me, like I was the only one who gave you the questions, but if you have any questions, you're free to ask. But if not, I think we can jump to the Q&A session if we have any questions from the audience.
Yes, talking about questions, we do indeed have already received quite a lot of questions, so great to see. And and great to see everyone joining in from different parts of the world. So we have people from Spain, Morocco, Kenya, Russia, the Netherlands. Well, maybe I forgot a couple, but welcome everyone. Great to see you all joined, and also for having given the feedback through the polling and the questions. Let's start off with the questions from the live audience. A question from Malik. He's asking, does the university need any kind of diploma like a TOEFL or IELTS?
Yes, we do have language requirements.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yes, we do have language requirements, and TOEFL and IELTS is on the list of the acceptable certificates. On our website, on the ktk.pt.hu, we have a whole table with the acceptable certificates. It's IELTS, TOEFL. Now we are accepting Duolingo as well. So it's quite a long list. You should check it out, and I'm sure you will be able to find one of them that suits you.
Okay, thank you. Meanwhile, I just shared the link to the exact program. So there you find a link to the website of the Business Administration and Management program. It has a lot of information there about the double degree application as well, and I believe there's the language requirements and prerequisites as I can read there. So go ahead and click on it, and you can then at your own pace after the webinar read through that. And that should provide you a lot of information also about the question from Malik. So hopefully that is answered. We have another question from Lucas asking, what does the accreditation mean to international students?
Well, the EFMD accreditation means, EFMD means that European Foundation for Management Development. This is a European organization checking business programs on bachelor or master level. It doesn't matter. You apply for this, and there is basically a committee from highly ranked European or overseas universities that go through for example, the curriculum of the program, the offered extracurricular activities, the learning outcomes, and a lot of other things. And then they decide to give a certain program this accreditation. As I mentioned during the webinar, that if I would have to briefly summarize what this means, it's quite kind of a quality assurance for high quality business education, because there isn't too many programs which received this accreditation within Europe or worldwide. There is actually a list on their website. In Hungary, I believe there is only one other program who received this accreditation. So that's really a highly ranked and the quality assurance, as I mentioned. So that's how I would briefly summarize what it means.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. We're getting the thumbs up as a reaction, so I assume that I took care of that question. Otherwise, let us know. Husam is asking, this program especially for a bachelor degree, or is there also a master? Well, you mentioned something about the master degree, so this is not covered in this webinar. Actually, we do have a webinar coming up about the masters. But Maria, maybe you want to add something to this?
Yes, we do have two master's programs at the Faculty of Business and Economics. One of them is the business development, and the other one is the management and leadership. These two programs are designed for you to, if you finish your bachelor studies, as this program is a 7-semester long program, as the guys mentioned, there is a 1-semester long traineeship at the end. So once you finish your studies, you can immediately continue on master's level on both masters. Of course, you need to go through the application process just as anyone else, but it's definitely a possibility to continue on master's level. It's also part of the scholarship, so you can apply as a scholarship student or as a fee-paying student. I hope that was an answer.
I hope so too. Thanks a lot. And we do indeed have for webinar, just to mention that for the master's program about the business economics program that Maria just mentioned, next week. So check it out on our website. the studyabroadportal.com. There you can find also that program if you're interested. El-Medi has a question. So how much money we pay in 1 year, and can we also start from January?
In case of the bachelor program, if you're talking about the scholarship, it's a fully funded scholarship, so you don't need to pay tuition fee. In case you are a fee-paying student, it's 3,500 euro per semester, so it's 7,000 for a year. That's for covering the studies. This is the tuition fee. And about the living costs, I would say 500 or 600 euro per month should be enough to cover your living costs on a monthly basis. So that's how much it costs, I would say. Of course, if you have like any extracurricular activities you want to do, that might cost extra money, but just to like really the living costs are and the tuition fee are covered within this range of money.
Okay, I will share the link as well to the fees and the scholarships right now on the screen. That is giving a direct link to that part, so that might be useful to check out later as well. And there's a link I saw to the scholarship information at the bottom. So, next question. So Alexander is asking, are there only full degree programs or also exchange programs?
Excuse me, could you repeat it? What?
Sure. The question was, are there only full degree programs or also exchange programs?
Well, now we were talking about the full degree programs, but as Anima mentioned, we have like exchange students. Most of them is coming with Erasmus, and of course our students have the possibility to go on an Erasmus as well. So I would say that's the main portion of the students is the Erasmus students, but we have agreements, like bilateral agreements with quite a few universities within Europe or in the States where you can like go for an exchange for a semester, for example. So yes, we have an exchange possibility and a lot of partner universities, mostly within the Erasmus scholarship.
Thank you. And he has a follow-up question. If the application procedure is similar for the exchange program, or is there something different?
For the exchange program, I would say it's quite different because usually for an exchange program you need to be enrolled in another university, and that's where you have to apply for the exchange program, and they would make the selection process like your university where you're enrolled at. So it would not be us. We do not conduct interview, for example, with exchange students. Our partner universities nominate the exchange students, the selected students, so they make the selection process, and then they would arrive in the chosen semester for 1 or even 2 semesters.
Thank you. Next question is from Lina, asking if the diploma is recognized globally.
Yes, it is. That's just a short answer. Yes, it is.
Short but sweet, so I guess that's the good answer for Lina. Next question from El-Medi, asking, I'm looking for a scholarship and I'd like to know how to get the process. So yeah, I'll just share you the link. I actually sent it to you directly as well in the chat. So there you can find it at the bottom. So check it out. And hopefully, yeah, that should take care of that process. All right, let's see if we have some more questions. I'm going to check in the chat, maybe someone. Yes, Malak was asking actually if the session is being recorded. So yes, it is. The session is recorded. So if you, I know some people joined late. If you missed something, or also for the people that are, couldn't make it, it is being recorded. We send it to everybody, so you can watch it at any time. And also important to mention, you can still write questions. So you can all participate almost as if you're live. You can write questions, you can answer polls. So please go ahead and do that if you're watching the recording. And yeah, hopefully we can help you with any of your doubts. Further, I don't see any further questions at this point. So I think, yeah, okay, so Stephen just asked about what are the requirements for scholarship eligibility. Well, maybe, Maria, can you say something about this?
Well, it's really hard to answer because regarding the scholarship, there is the first step of the scholarship application is that you create your profile on the scholarship website. And then you have to apply according to your nationality. You have to apply at the sending partner. On the website, you can see by each country, like who is the sending partner in your country, and that's where you have to apply first. They do a selection process. That's important to know that the first phase is to apply for the scholarship and at the sending partner, and they make a selection process which we do not have an effect on. We do not, the requirements could differ a lot. So you need to get that information from the sending partner. It is available on your website. If you just choose your nationality, it will show you who is the sending partner in your country. Usually it's like the Ministry of Education. It's most of the times it is. And once you pass that phase, the sending country would nominate you to Hungary, to the chosen university. And then we conduct our own selection process based on the requirements, and I previously mentioned the required documents. Basically, those are the most important that needs to be uploaded: the high school leaving certificate, transcript of records, language certificate, motivation letter, CV, and medical certificate. So if you upload these, we will evaluate these documents and then conduct the interview with you, which is like a 10 or 15 minutes long interview. And after that, you would receive the result. So I would say that to be eligible is the key is to have all the documents ready that is required. That's an important part. But if you check the website of the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship, you will see the detailed like steps and deadlines that you need to follow. And if you do not fail to do those, then you should succeed.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. I hope that is useful. And let's see if we have more questions. I will also drop the link to the application process and the program over in the chat, just to make sure that you have that. All right. So we did get another question. So we got Lina was asking, with an IELTS 6, can you accept me?
Yes, that's actually the minimum result of IELTS that we accept students from. So the IELTS 6 is perfect. The only thing that it should not be older than 2 years.
Okay, we're getting the thumbs up, so I guess that's answering that question as well. Good to see. We like to get those thumbs up. Great, thank you very much. Yeah, last minutes for any questions you still may have. Let us know. We're getting more thumbs up, so that's great. So far, I don't see any further questions. So then slowly we will round off the question. We can still take one if it comes in. I'd like to still, I can mention that, and I'll write it in the chat, we also have a student community. So we opened up a special community where you can chat amongst yourself as students, so you can exchange information, maybe even help each other. Maybe find people from your same country that you're from that are looking to go to Page as well, or to Hungary, and maybe help each other with housing, whatever it is. So there's the link in the chat. I saw some people already joined just before, so probably good and it's nice to continue any chatting or information you want right after the webinar, which you can do. We'll post there the recording link as well. All right, having said that, no further questions, then I have a question, still a last polling for everyone. So let me drop that all on the screen as well. Right there, you see, we would like to know how we did. How well do you feel the session went? 5 being awesome, and 1 being just, well, not very good. So let us know, give us a 5. Yeah, good. We'd like to hear your honest feedback. If you have any feedback in the chat, you can tell us as well. And yeah, with that, we will slowly round off the session. Maybe last word over to Maria and team.
Well, thank you for being here. I hope we weren't really boring for you and you enjoyed the conversation between us. I know it was a lot of information in quite a short time, but if you check out all the websites and if you have remaining questions, you can email me. You will find my contact. I'm sure Luke will share it with you. So you can email me with any kind of questions related to the application process, scholarship, whatever. So just email me if you have questions, and I hope we will receive some of your applications. And thank you for all of you for participating today. Please expect the next time as well. Thank you.
Great. Thank you everyone for joining. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're from. Bye-bye.
Bye.